When one thinks of oil and gas in Guyana, the first name that comes to mind may be ExxonMobil. But a less familiar name is SBM Offshore Guyana. The company manufactures and operates the vessels that produce oil and gas offshore. In Guyana's case, they are the Liza Destiny and the Liza Unity floating production, storage, and offloading vessels, called FPSOs. The company has been in Guyana for over 5 years now, having completed the Liza Destiny in 2019. The Liza Unity was delivered last year, and SBM Offshore currently has contracts to deliver 2 more FPSOs to ExxonMobil Guyana. In its relatively brief time here, SBM Offshore has been carving out a Guyanese identity for itself. And this is nowhere more evident than in its choice of Martin Cheong as the new general manager. He is the first Guyanese to lead one of ExxonMobil Guyana's prime contractors.
Firstly, I'm very appreciative to SBM for the opportunity afforded to be in such a role. They are very supportive of capacity development and specifically local capacity development in Guyana. For SBM to have a strong local group identity, it's really driven by our focus on diversity and inclusion. We celebrate the individuality of persons, but as a collective, we work as a team. And our D&I policy really is to ensure that there's no discrimination in any form, in any part of our organization, but at the same point, supportive of the uniqueness that is each of us.
But SBM Offshore's commitment to creating Guyanese ownership and building local capacity does not end there. It has a number of training programs underway, with more than 24 engineers and technicians already benefiting.
We've launched a number of programs in support of local capacity development. We've launched the trainee technician program and the graduate engineer program, both of which has seen a total of 56 persons being inducted into these programs. And that has really pushed the growth of our national footprint in the operations locally.
The general manager says SBM Offshore sees itself as a developmental partner in the journey that Guyana is undergoing.
We view ourselves as a catalyst in supporting that growth, whereby we're able to leverage the operational and technical expertise as an energy transition company in supporting Guyana going forward.
This is not just talk for the FPSO maker. It also plans to contribute to the establishment of the Guyana Technical Training College at Port Morant, Berbice.
One of the things we are partnering with Exxon with is to have a life plant, a safe life plant, made available for anyone working in the oil and gas sector to be able to practice the skill set that is needed for offshore. So in the wider context and the discussion that's happening with the training center up at Port Morant, we are partnering with Exxon in terms of delivering a solution that can leverage on those items that were listed before.
As its training efforts and capacity building initiatives mature, SBM Offshore expects the Guyanese component of its staff to grow, which is 35% of the almost 400 employees. 24-year-old Rod Sam is one of those Guyanese. The junior operations engineer with the Liza Destiny team gave a sneak peek into his life at SBM Offshore.
So working for SBM has been great thus far. There's a lot of learning and job required, given that my background would have been in a separate field. There's also the multitude of ethnicities here, multitude of nationalities. So you learn a little every day about someone's culture. So as the junior operations engineer for Liza Destiny, it involves ensuring that the production levels are kept at its highest practical level while minimizing the possibility of downtime.
Coming from a civil engineering background, Sam says the change to petroleum production was the biggest challenge for him. But he loves his job and has his eyes set on playing a greater role in the company.
My aspirations are to increase my learning in the job, to ultimately move up the chain of command to be in a better position to take larger roles.
Utilizing local businesses is an essential part of SBM's operations, and one of those entities benefiting is Industrial Fabrication Incorporated, more commonly known as InFab. The company was one of 2 contracted to fabricate fixtures for the Prosperity FPSO, leading to more opportunities for local businesses.
InFab primarily is a steel fabrication company, and over the years, having provided services for Guyana and for the agriculture industry and mining and gold equipment, that put us in a good position because a lot of those components are shared. InFab supports local companies by steel purchases, equipment, and primarily we require a lot of testing and certification, and also a lot of training from other local companies to get our guys up to speed.
SBM has partnered with other entities to both support its activities and as part of its corporate social responsibility. One of the most recognizable partnerships is its work with Plimpton Farms, a greenhouse project which supplies the FPSOs with fresh produce. With SBM Offshore's support, Plimpton Farms was able to ramp up its production of fresh fruits and vegetables for the crews of the Liza Destiny and Liza Unity FPSOs. Other initiatives include work for shrimp production at Hubu, partnering with NARI and several community projects.
The second one that we're supporting is an aquaculture farm, Hubu Aquaculture Farm. And then there is support that we're also looking to give towards mangrove restoration. We're also looking at plastic to waste or plastic to energy solution, which will convert waste plastic into fuel that can then be donated to various communities that are struggling to maintain 24-hour electricity.
SBM is also working with the National Coordinating Coalition to empower the lives of at-risk youths in their communities through a literacy program and a waste paper recycling initiative.
For us, it's all driven by the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. We as an organization, we've adopted 9 of those SDGs, and we're strongly focused in terms of making sure that we're able to add the little value that we can add as a company towards the achievement of that, not just for Guyana, but for the world at large.
SBM Offshore is committed to supporting the people of Guyana and to ensuring there is knowledge transfer to boost local capacity and local content development. With the construction of 2 more FPSOs already on the books, it's safe to say the company will be here a while longer, contributing to the development of Guyana.